This is TWiT.
I've been toying with this for some time. And I've been playing with it for more than just some time. So I finally sat down with the preamp the other day, Sunday, and I spent 8 hours. I'm going to lick this or else, because I could never get this to work the way I wanted it to. And what we're talking about, this works great. This preamp is wonderful. I've had a couple of people ask me, could they use that for a mic preamp to drive amplifier? Yeah, beautiful. However, I always am telling you about equalization. And on AM, it's really important, because a lot of times the AM signals are kind of down in the mud and they need that extra articulation. So what I did after 8 hours is I played around. I copied in 1975, 76, had a product on the market that a lot of artists use. Bachman Turner Overdrive, Randy Bachman, of course, Joe Frampton. I built a single space 1 3/4 preamp, and that's it right there. Basically, that's it. It's a great preamp. But then I added equalization to it. And by adding only 5 parts, you can have equalization. And there it is. There's the original. Right here where that O2 capacitor was, you change that to an O1. Drop in the 50K pot and the 10K pot. Take that over to the bypass down this side of the B+ line, the 100K. Bingo, you've got bass and treble controls. So I recommend, if you have built the preamp, go ahead and do that. There's only a few parts, so make that happen. And here's get this up here, just in case somebody wanted to add it. There you go. There's the parts that you'll need to add. And that was just the preamplifier. Here is a complete list that Gene did, and this is what Antique Electronics Supply has formulated for their preamp that they're going to put the kit. These are the parts that they will have in the kit. Before we're going to release it, I have to sit down this weekend and write you a little bit of instructions. So I was happy that that's all happening. It's kind of cool, I have to tell you. But the main thing is that you have a lot of different ways you can go with all of this. And you also note that I don't say much about the amplifier yet. But I have been working with Richard, W0BVT. He's building things alongside, and I come up with like the preamp and all this and the EQ, and he does it to make sure that it works for him, and so on and so on. Well, we both have been working on the amplifier. I have an amplifier working with a 12AU7. But if we did one thing and add a 6V6 and a 6AG7 together and don't do the 12AU7, oh man. So that is what we're going to do. I'm not going to talk to you much about it yet, because we have one part that's very important, and that is the final coil. And we've got 3 ways to go. Gene came up with a wonderful way to do this, and I really thought that was cool. Gene went to Lowe's and bought this. It's a little cable. There we go. It's a little plastic thing that you can route wires through to manage cables. But you can also get a 2-inch piece of PVC and wrap this around and make your own coil. So that's number 1. Number 2, is we can use there we go. We can use what Richard's done, and that's actually wind a coil. Or I found this from good old MFJ. They've got the coil stock, and Richard's working on, we only need about this much of it. And we're working on how many turns and what to do, but we want to make this simple, very simple, but yet there might be a learning curve that some of you might want to do. So we've been working on all of that to make sure that it's not going to be too difficult. So here's what I'm going to do. I hope I can do this okay. I'm going to bring up the whole working shebang. I've even had it on the air this week. As I said, I'm not going to talk to you much about the final. I don't want you to get ahead because we're still making changes to this thing, and I can't call it changes as much as I call it additions to really make it the best we can do for these few little parts. So that's where we are with this. So here we go. We're going to expose the new preamp, and I'm very proud of this. This thing is great. It works so well, and I'm really happy. Mic gain, the treble control, and the bass control. And it's 12AX7, just what we had going on, before. Power supply. Only change I made there is I moved the switch around a little bit. I figured since I'm going to do kind of a front panel thing, I did that. So we have all that going, and it really works well. But we'll start centering on the preamp, make sure everybody's got that together. And it works really good. And with just a little bit, let's see if we can. I don't know if this is going to work well. I probably should hold up till next week. I want you to hear that preamplifier, how well it works. I need to get my speaker over here closer, but I have to rearrange a bunch of things to do that. So we'll see what happens. Maybe at the end of the show, I can do a little quick little dive on it for you. But that's what I did, and I'm really happy about it. As I said, it took me 8 hours of playing around with all of the things, but we got it. Also, this is up on the website, heilsound.com. Go to the bottom of the ham radio page, and you'll see a whole section of the PineBoard project. Brian has been so wonderful in taking just the clips of the little 10 and 15-minute segments, so you don't have to run through all the programs, and you'll be able to go to our website and see all of that stuff. And lots of comments from you. I appreciate that, good or bad, and we try to help you. Some have questions, so there's kind of a little forum going there. Also, there are pictures of all. I have a picture up of the new preamp and the schematic and the parts list and all that. Gene got those things together, and Michelle put those up just today. So that's all up and running. Yes, I know. I changed my mind in the middle of the stream. Why? Because I'm a experimenter. And I just thought we better do this a little better. And with only 5 parts, it'd be different if we had to do a whole bunch of rebuild. No, you don't. It's real simple. All I did was add that little front panel on there with a very thin piece of wood. And where did I get the wood? Hobby Lobby. And Virginia, who's in the chat room, she met us at Dayton. Virginia sent me some great pictures, and she have gone out to, she went to Hamcom, and she bought parts. She went shopping. And I'm so proud of her. She even found a 100 millimeter for her field strength meter. I don't know how she found that. That's a toughie. But anyway, this is the kind of thing that I'm getting back of all you good folks that are building and have questions. And then you get people like Virginia's out scounging. You want to go to your local Hamfest and look around. You might find stuff like this. You might find all kinds of other little gadgets and do what Virginia's doing. She's just collecting them, and she's ready to go.